There we go. Hi, we are live. Hello, if anyone is in here already. I have no idea where the other two is. Well, Kim said she was gonna pop in and out if she could.
Yeah, that's true.
Because happy almost 4th of July to the Americans.
Woohoo!
And Alice might be still recuperating from her adventures.
I hope that doesn't show up on YouTube later.
We're gonna let Alice tell the story, but she had me laughing.
I can see the headlines now. Irish lady, and she can finish the rest of it.
So, and also Reggie said she was gonna try and make it, but she was having a birthday party for Jordan and she needs to get rid of her people.
Hey, good morning.
Oops.
So Ashley is the first one in today. Ooh, let's see if I can hi RS. How do I what happens when I start? That's how I do it. Just click it. Nice. Okay, this is my first time hosting on StreamYard. I'm just figuring things out. We have 4 people watching. Don't forget the thumbs up, people. Thank you. And there is Alice on her way.
Cool.
Hi, Meredith. Welcome in. So, what I'm drinking, what's in your cup? Well, the Americans, I hope it's coffee. I'm having cognac and tonic. So, cheers. I didn't have beer, so I'm not holding Reggie's beer. I drank it all.
Well, you're holding it just in a different kind of way.
It looked very innocent. It's not.
Kind of like us. We look innocent.
But seriously, if I have coffee at this time of the day, I'm not sleeping.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're several hours ahead, so.
It would have to be decaf.
So then what's the point?
The taste of coffee.
Well, the decaf tastes different to me. I don't know why.
It really doesn't to me, so I'm happy. I can drink decaf.
Cool.
Sweet tea, lemonade, and a bowl of my leafy laffy greens. Laffy greens? Leafy laffy greens?
Leafy laffy greens.
Sweet tea and lemonade is the best combination ever.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. So refreshing.
Hey, Hannah. Palmer over here. Hi, Hannah.
Cynthia, that's for decaf. Oh, yeah, well, if the coffee you drink at noon is keeping you up. Oh, there's Alice. Hi, Alice.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Alice. Now she has the duck.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Excellent.
So if I have coffee in the afternoon and I'm not sleeping at night, yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice the taste a little.
Cynthia, I'm with you. Death before decaf.
But as to me, there is really no difference in the taste of it. I don't mind. So, Alice, how were your adventures?
I am back in my house.
Please share.
I know I locked myself out and I managed to get into the front window. So, day saved and I'm not late.
Yay!
That means you're going to get the chat up.
Oh.
I just hope it doesn't show up on YouTube someplace.
Yeah.
Crazy Irish lady shimmies through window. What is she doing? What was she trying to do? Where was she going?
I timed myself carefully. Yes, there were people around, but I don't think anyone actually saw me. And I admitted to myself that it was not going to be a moment big on dignity either way.
There's really no way to like daintily shimmy your way through a window.
No,
It's just not a thing.
it's not going to happen.
Yeah, once you're past the age of 8, it's just no.
And actually, yeah, I was tempted to borrow one of the 8-year-olds that was in the green beside me to kind of do it for me, but I decided that was possibly not the best idea.
Hey, lady, can I borrow your kid to throw him in the window?
Yeah, I'm in my house. I don't know, questions might have been asked about that.
Reggie's in the audience. Hi, Reggie.
Hi, Reggie.
Reggie!
Oh, Cynthia. Oh. I can drink coffee and go. Yeah, see, my boyfriend as well. But the thing is, caffeine takes 8 hours to exit your body, to be completely, what do you call that? Processed by your body. So it's basically the coffee you drank 8 or 5 hours before you went to sleep that's gonna keep you awake. I did not say that Arnold's word, Ashley. Whoop whoop! Reggie managed to kick the people out.
I said the Arnold word.
You said it.
Because that's what it's called.
I know. In any case, it's delicious. We're talking about iced tea and lemonade, Ashley.
Thank you for explaining that, because I was clueless.
And indeed, that drink is named after a golfer.
And I'm going to double down and disagree with Ashley on this too. Sorry, Ashley, but golf is a sport.
Are you sure about that?
I don't like it. I call it fetch for humans. But, you know.
Hey, if darts is a sport, golf is a sport. Right?
True.
Yeah.
I have more admiration for golfers than darts players.
I'd rather play darts than golf, though.
But golf, it requires some knowledge and a lot of physics.
Yeah, it requires some skill.
So yeah, but I'm not gonna go into that discussion. But I once heard that in order to be a sport, it needs to have an element of competition, and it takes practice. And I don't remember what other requirements it was to.
I think it's a certain level of endurance. I think. It requires a certain level of endurance, I think. I know what you're talking about, because in order for it to qualify for the Olympics, it has to meet certain.
You know, I'm fine with everything, and everyone can do whatever they want as long as they don't require me to do it.
I agree.
Same.
Like I said, I have a lot of friends that love golf. Just don't ask me to go with you.
Well,
I'll drive the cart and drink, but I'm not playing.
I would actually like to try it at least once. I used to love playing it on the Nintendo. But, yeah. Good morning, Lori. Hi, Tracy. Fetch for human. I'll take this under consideration. But there's a lot of fetch for humans. In my case, if playing badminton kind of ends up like fetch for humans, because all I do is go and fetch the shuttle. Frisbee as well. There we go. Reggie played frisbee. She was playing fetch for humans.
Well, then there's frisbee golf.
Frisbee golf.
No, it's a real sport.
Do you throw the ball and it comes back, or do you?
Okay, that would be a boomerang.
Oh my god, golf combined with boomerangs.
But no, frisbee golf. You take a frisbee, and you literally just throw it around a golf course. I'm not quite sure. I've only like seen it a couple of times because I heard. First of all, I heard golf and went, and I'm not a big frisbee fan either. So, but I have several friends that play it. Apparently, you just throw it, and I don't know if you hit the pole, and that counts as a hole in one. I don't know, but yeah, it's the ultimate fetch for humans. The only difference is you don't have to wear tacky outfits while you do it.
Basically, when you said that, what I pictured was, okay, they tape like a golf ball to a boomerang and throw the boomerang with the extra weight, and I'm like, okay, that's a really
Reggie knows what I'm talking about.
See, yeah. Oh, so okay, so
baskets. Okay, yeah, all right, thank you.
Okay.
You throw the frisbee to the basket. You make the basket. You know, however many strokes throws it takes you to make the basket is your score.
I liked my version as well, hitting frisbees with a club.
But that would be frisbee ball, kind of like rugby meets frisbee. Which ironically, rugby with frisbee will still be frisbee.
How about we replace any ball in any sports by a frisbee? Like baseball, you hit the frisbee with the bat.
Probably a pretty short outfield, but hey, why not?
Basket frisbee would be quite difficult.
And man, I don't know if I'd want to play shortstop with a frisbee because you get hit in the right spot. Ooh, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
That could be the equivalent of a line drive. That could hurt. And how would one pitch?
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna read some comments. Tracy, I love badminton as well, but I have a boyfriend who played competition. So what I used to play doesn't even come close to what he calls badminton. So that's why I say, to me, that's playing fetch. Because what I do is not badminton.
Back in just a second.
Before the Habitat, people played ultimate frisbee in the park at the center of my apartment complex every day. Oh, really? Ultimate frisbee. What makes the frisbee ultimate? A bug bugging me.
Bug.
The pole was like a chain cage or something that catches for the golf frisbee golf thing. Oh, Lori will be having her drinks indoor.
The only problem with that is you're still required to dress in something silly, and I don't know.
Oh, I'm with Ashley. She's in for hitting more things with clubs.
Y'all need some therapy.
That is our therapy.
No, that's assault.
Potato.
Yeah, well, when it results in any bail money, you need therapy.
Or anger management.
Or yeah, so therapy.
Hey Sheila. Sheila has seen it in big outdoor centers. Kids camps have it too. So apparently it is a very popular sport, the frisbee golf.
Yeah, it is. And you thought I was picking it up.
Frisbee.
Alice, you're muted.
Alice, you're muted. Alice, you're muted. Say again.
I was going to say, it actually says I said things, not people. There are some people that thought, no, yeah.
You can still catch a case breaking things with a club.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, Sheila.
But I've never heard of it either, Reggie. And Sheila said curling is like watching paint dry.
Okay. No hating on curling. Curling is awesome.
To be honest, I'm kind of with you, Mocha, because I've seen curling. It's weirdly addictive.
It is because you're like, because you get all involved because they throw the stone and the other person's got the broom. And you're like, come on, in the circle.
Yeah.
Get in the circle.
I agree, but you must agree that it looks silly.
Well, yeah, but most sports look silly when you're playing them. Either the sport looks silly or you look silly playing it. Either way.
Probably the most silly would be the Quidditch people play.
Yes.
Running around with broomsticks between their legs.
People,
I mean, does that even count as a sport?
Time out. Why going to play? People actually play Quidditch?
Yes, there's a competition and people play it in parks. And of course, because we cannot fly, they just run around with broomsticks between their legs.
But that's the best part. I mean, if the Quidditch doesn't fly and you don't fly, what's the point? It sounds like really nerdy golf for humans. Yeah, I said it.
Yet I can imagine it'd still be more entertaining than watching someone play golf.
It's sport. I'm trying to think of something that's more embarrassing.
I'm talking entertainment value. I'm not
Are
talking
they little?
how silly they look.
Okay, so it's a broomstick. Is there like little horsey heads on the broomstick, or is it just literally a broomstick between their legs and they just run around that way? Because that just sounds A, dangerous, and B, painful.
Oh, Mocha, come on. Horse heads? Now that would be silly.
My bad. What was I thinking? Let's not make it look silly.
What's that? There was one. You just reminded me, Mocha. What's the one where they're on horseback, and it's a medieval sport? Pardon?
I'm drawing a blank. They've got the poles. They run towards each other. Jousting.
Jousting, that's it. Yeah.
Thank you, whoever said that.
Said what?
Wait.
Because I kind of imagine that's too big on dignity when you see you getting knocked off.
What?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
What'd you say?
Okay.
I was just saying, it's big on dignity for half of that team. So the half that wins the jousting match, yay for them. Can't imagine it's too much fun for the other side of it.
I imagine it must be very painful to be rammed in the chest with a wooden stick while you're on a horse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used to belong to an organization. It's called Society of Creative Anachronisms. I can never say that word. But anyway, basically it's medieval times.
Yeah.
And so we would like have festivals and stuff, and there would be jousting. And I'm like, y'all are crazy. Because for real. And yeah, some of the injuries people got were no joke.
No
broken shoulders, black eyes. One guy broke his guy's jaw broken.
You can really break your neck.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you get hit with the jousting pole and you fall off the horse.
Exactly. Because also there's like they're like in lanes with a separation in between. So if you fall on that, yeah,
it's rather dangerous.
I would play that. I would totally play Quidditch in jetpacks.
Oh, I'd play anything in a jetpack. That just sounds cool.
Exactly.
No.
See? No. Apparently, there's also college Quidditch teams. There you go.
Parents everywhere. Like, I sent my child to college, paid this tuition. You can run around on a broomstick. And how do you keep the Quidditch up? I don't understand. Because isn't the Quidditch supposed to fly too? So if you're on a broom, I can't even talk about Quidditch. If you're on a broom running around, what's the Quidditch attached to? And how are you? This makes sense. I'm confused.
Also, someone needs to explain to me how the snitch works.
Yes, thank you.
I mean, you can throw balls at each other and you can run around with balls and try to score points, but how are you gonna? How does the snitch work? I don't know. They hide it somewhere, and then the seeker needs to go and find it.
Oh, please, don't make that be true. Oh my God! Someone please explain Quidditch for humans, please, because all of our ideas are just making me just weep for humanity.
You're not wrong. I kind of feel like, oh, send your little son over to Harvard. Yeah, goes there to play Quidditch. Yay, that's money well spent.
Adults running around on broomsticks. Okay. But water polo and water polo are both pretty silly. Well, I don't know. Now here's a thought: frisbee jousting. So what are you on horseback throwing frisbees at each other until one falls up?
That actually sounds like fun though, Reggie.
Only if you weight the frisbee down with a Quidditch. Oh wow! Hi, Harriet.
Well, Laura, you have extensive jousting knowledge. Henry VIII had such a terrible jousting accident; it totally changed his personality. Well, there you go. Hey, Harriet.
That could also have been him being slightly insane as well.
Yeah, all that inbreeding. But yeah, I wouldn't shock me if he got a traumatic brain injury from jousting if he fell on his head.
Well, yeah, but was that before number 7 or after number 7?
Good point.
Well, hey, if you can invent a whole new religion just so you can get rid of your wife, you must not be that, out of it.
Or you're totally out of it and you've gone completely around the bend and you've come back to the beginning. Either way, yeah, there's something not right there.
It's not really Quidditch. You'd have to use a live hummingbird to get anywhere near.
Okay, now we just
poor hummingbird.
Actually, I think you broke Mocha.
Now I have this vision. Oh my God, of people with a broom.
Reggie, I just came into these two and they're already inventing sports. This is what happens when they're left unsupervised.
I have a vision of people with a broomstick in between their legs, running around with a net.
I had to catch a hummingbird. Yes.
I can't.
I like where Mocha's at. Oh, we broke Mocha.
Quidditch crossed with Irish hurling.
Yes.
Yeah, that needs to happen, Reggie. Have either of you seen hurling?
What is hurling?
Okay, think really heavy sticks, heavy ball, moving around the pitch very quickly, and lots of people on the team potentially hitting each other.
What? People hitting each other with what? With the sticks?
Yes. Well, not quite. Not deliberately, but it happens.
I'm gonna have to look up that game.
You do. Actually, it's amazing to watch. I mean, it makes no sense to me. It's a sport, so it makes no sense to me, but it's amazing to watch. Half the time you can't see the ball.
Oh, handy.
You just let swinging blind.
Yeah, pretty much. Just it moves too
Of
fast.
seeing the ball, did you know that tennis balls used to not be yellow, but they made them yellow so that you could follow the ball on television? It only changed color when they started televising the tennis games. There you go. It's the completely useless fact of the day. Poor Mocha. Oh, she's gone.
Oh, Mocha.
Yeah, well, that's brain damage, right, Lori?
Mhm.
She's got us all crying with laughter, Granny D. Yeah, Henry VIII had his accident before wife number 2. Oh boy.
Ooh. So it wouldn't have helped the situation.
No. Everyone's laughing. Hey Nana Michelle.
Did we really break Mocha that badly?
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay. I think I'm blowing my nose. I was laughing so hard. Oh my god, I was crying. Oh, okay.
I'm trying my mascara off again too.
Oh wow. I'm never
Hi,
getting that
Rich.
vision out of my head.
Hey, Lacey twin.
Lacey!
Lacey, you missed Mocha and Kat inventing up new sports.
I'm good at inventing things.
Oh
Really,
man.
I have really good ideas.
Oh, that was great.
I seriously wish I could draw. I would so draw this Quidditch with the butterfly net chasing the
Hey,
hummingbird.
my son-in-law's an artist, and if you don't think I'm not gonna shove this at him and go do this, he lost your mind. Of course, he's gonna look at me and go, "Let me get you straight. You want me to draw somebody with a broomstick in between their legs, carrying a net, chasing a hummingbird?"
Exactly, that's it. While other people
Yep.
are throwing balls at them.
Oh yeah, balls or frisbees.
Or frisbees.
Stay with us, Alice.
Lacey, no, we are eliminating the balls. We are replacing all the balls by frisbees.
It's still better than golf.
You're not wrong.
In case anyone is wondering why we're on this crazy streak of inventing new games and sports, is just because I don't even remember who it was is drinking iced tea lemonade.
It was Ashley.
We really don't need much to get started.
No, yeah, we really don't. Not in this panel.
Yeah, Ashley started it.
Ashley, it's all your fault.
Actually,
Time for sanity checks of the people playing it. Well, you know what? I'm not judging. If you want to play it, play it. Just have fun with it, but I'm sorry, it just kind of looks silly. But to yeah,
Before we forget,
That was great.
are we talking about the Tunisian? Sorry, I can never pronounce the bloody thing.
Tunisian?
Tunisian. Thank you. Are we talking about the Tunisian?
yes.
I can't say it today. For some reason, I just can't say it.
Oh, no, I can't do it. The Tunisian challenge, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the learn along.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can say that today, and I can say that, and I haven't even had beer today.
So, what? Who is holding Reggie's beer then?
I'm on tea.
Well, to be fair, Reggie does drink things other than beer, so we're okay.
True. I'm having brandy.
As long as somebody's drinking something proof something, we're good.
Yes.
I don't know if Alice is in agreement with eliminating the balls.
Mm-hmm. No. No.
No.
No.
Lacey, the sad thing is, this wasn't even a gutter conversation. It was just completely and totally insane,
We were genuinely talking about sports.
hysterical.
Yes. Yes,
They
we were.
tried to break me because
only in a good way, Mocha. Only in a good way.
Yeah.
Lori says, and then someone on horseback trying to knock them off their broom into a basket with a long stick. So would that be a flying horse? Ashley is the source of all ridiculousness.
I know. I might be slightly ahead of the queue there.
So, Lori, when is it ever not in the gutter? Hi, Vera.
Oh, and Lori Hobson. Hello, welcome SCA person.
Lori is running with our idea. Now she's also doing it all while dodging stones sliding around. Oh, okay. Let's get back to the Tunisian.
I don't know. Lori's version of a game sounds like practice would be dodging wrenches.
Lacey, you gotta start behaving now. We're talking about her learn along.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't run along.
Here we go. Imagining Tunisian as someone swinging around a tuna.
What?
Chris, what are you talking about?
What are you doing with that tuna? Oh.
Leave that tuna alone in the poor thing.
Oh, Lacey, yes, you can always come in and dirty it up. Hi, Lisa. Okay, so there is something we wanted to we had this idea and we thought it might be fun to involve all of you. Basically, it came up that there are so many things we all still want to learn, and a lot of people are doing Tunisian crochet. A lot of people are doing mosaic crochet. These things are both techniques that I still want to learn how to do. And then we were talking, and Alice was like, "Oh, I also want to learn." And then we said, "Hey, why don't we do, instead of a crochet along, a kind of a learn along?" So we would each pick a different person to learn it from. Mocha would also join us, but she has some experience with Tunisian crochet. And then we would just share our experience with said tutorial and show what we've learned. And we were thinking we could share that in the Facebook groups as well and invite you all to learn along with us. And it wouldn't be like a competition, but more like a let's challenge each other. And oh, what is up?
The worst joke ever, right, Alice?
Okay, what did I miss?
I couldn't keep a straight face.
What did I miss?
Which is actually an album name, by the way.
What? Put the tuna down. It's done nothing to you, Chris.
Keep reading.
You can tune a guitar? Oh, no.
Yeah, the album was called You Can Tune a Piano, but You Can't Tune a Fish, and it's by REO Speedwagon.
Really?
Yeah.
That is a dad joke. Oh,
We're still
Chris.
laughing.
Okay.
Miss
By the
Kira.
way, fishing is considered to be a sport.
Hmm?
Fishing is considered to be a sport.
Yep.
Does it classify as a blood sport?
It might. Okay, so to go back to the learn alongs, we just want to invite you all if you want to join in, and I think the best way to communicate about these things is through the Facebook groups. I don't have a Facebook group, so I'm gonna just hitch a ride on Mocha's and Kim's and Reggie's Facebook groups for that. I didn't see the need of starting another Facebook group as I'm already in all the groups as it is. Oh, Chris. Oh, no, he's running with the fish jokes.
Chris, just so you know, the net that we were going to use to catch the hummingbirds, we can also use to catch you with your crazy jokes. Yeah.
Oh. Wow, Ashley, that's a fancy hook. I actually have a set of hooks that I bought a year or two ago. I never tried it. Drinking is a sport. No, drinking is a skill.
More to the point, drinking well is an even better skill.
Well, define the well.
There's a big difference.
How do you define the drinking well? Is it how well you can hold it? How well you feel afterwards?
I think that's up to the individual.
Yeah.
Sheila.
Ashley, yeah.
Sheila uses her Tunisian hooks as back scratchers.
Oh.
Sheila, as long as it's just back scratchers that you use them for.
I got nothing. I'm not even. I'm sitting here thinking I paid a little too much for my Tunisian hook set to be using it in any of the ways that we're talking about right now.
Cool. So the most important thing is that you have pleasure from your hooks.
Yes, that is the most important thing. Absolutely always.
No. I can get that kind of pleasure from something that costs way less. Just saying.
How much did you spend on it in the end?
What?
How much did you spend on it in the end?
My hooks or the other thing?
Yeah, your hooks.
Well, there are a set of clover, or what they call chagus.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. So I think I spent 130 something like that.
I didn't know Chagu did hooks.
Yeah, hang on.
I only have Chagu's sock needles.
I have the full. I'll get it in a second. I have the full set of Chagus.
Where's my camera? I find them they are a little too pointy to my taste.
Really?
Yeah.
I find them just right.
I don't think I have. Nope. These are. But it will give you an idea. I like my needles to be a little more rounded.
Okay.
A little more soft. Ooh, that's a beautiful set.
They look good, Mocha.
I'm pulling out. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And are those clover?
Yeah, use the clovers. Wait a minute. My light's washing them out. Where did my switch go? I can't find the switch for my lights. Oh, here it is. Ow. Ow. Don't mind me. I'm just killing myself.
Ooh, I like the what do you call that? How they are ooh, they're
I like the
pretty.
inline.
Yeah, the inline.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
these
just
look
going
nice.
to address Sheila. Sheila, you need to start behaving there, sweetie.
Oh,
So yeah,
oh,
these
I
are
am
my
behind on the chat.
yeah, these are my birthday present to myself.
Ah, I like to do that as well. I
Yeah.
was gonna. I wanted to buy myself a set of circular needles, a set of knit pros, but I didn't. I couldn't decide on which ones.
So if I were to like literally decide to like buckle down and learn to knit, should I start with like a cheap set or actually just go all in and get a real one?
You might as well go and get a whole one and splurge.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, those are pretty.
Uh
Something felt.
I wanted I wanted to get the Chagu sock needles, the short needle set, but only in bamboo because I like knitting socks with bamboo, and I only my local store only has the metal ones.
I would say if you can try them on the metal, because the metal, like, yeah, I get the point that there's not as much grip on the metal ones compared with the bamboo, but I haven't, like, I'm reasonably new to circular needles, and I find them really not that bad. But hey, this is a crochet channel. We're not talking about knitting needles.
I am. We are pancraftual here.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, we got people in here do crochet, knit, weave, uh, pick a craft, resin.
Exactly. Yeah.
But we're
So
talking about. Oh, I'm going to try see can I say it? Chinesen. No, that is.
Yeah,
what
okay.
reason?
So yeah, if you're interested in doing the learn along, I guess after this chat, Kat, can you go ahead and like link all of our pages at the
Yes.
bottom?
All our channels are in the description box, but not all of the pages yet. I'll add the pages to the description box.
Cool. And we
Um,
don't have an official start date yet, do we?
no, we don't. I don't know if it's important to have an official start date.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense to just have an informal. So, like, if it's something people want to learn, they can like dip in and out of it, maybe.
Yeah. How about we just say we'll start next week? Time to make up a post to share on our pages.
Sounds good.
And keep in mind that even if you don't have Tunisian hooks, you can do Tunisian on a beginner level with a regular crochet hook. It just
Oh,
has to
really?
be a metal hook, like with no handle on it.
Ah, okay, yeah. It has to slide off.
Yeah, so that you have enough room. Well, you can put like a little like a bead or something on the end to keep it from sliding off. But I'm pretty sure that our first projects are going to like not be anything bigger than a washcloth. I mean, I don't want to like we should. I don't think we should overwhelm everybody with something bigger. So yeah, you can do beginner Tunisian with a regular hook, and just like you can even tape the end if you wanted to keep the yarn from falling off. We don't all have to be extra like me and go out and spend a ridiculous amount of money on Tunisian hooks.
I lost you guys for a second there. Actually,
Come
I
back,
have,
Jeff.
what do you recommend, Mocha? Because I don't even know if I have it here. Let me check.
Oh, hang on.
I have a set of long ones,
Uh-huh.
and then I have a singular. There you go. A single wooden one. I bought it thinking I could use it to crochet, But apparently crochet and Tunisian crochet are very, very different. My Alice, that's a big hook you got. And this is one that you attach a wire to.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, you can get a set of these.
I have these. That I have. What you have.
You can get them off of Amazon for like like $5 or $10. I think there's like 12 hooks or something in it.
Yeah, I bought them really cheap from my alley.
And you can actually make a full Afghan with these. They will hold an Afghan.
On that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wouldn't make a king size Afghan with it. But yeah, you can actually get an Afghan size on these hooks. They're actually called Tunisian Afghan hooks.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, if you go on the Amazon and just search for that, you can get. If you're just looking for like a starter hook to see if something you want to pursue or not, that's what I would do.
Okay.
Says the girl that asked if I should actually spend a lot of money on knitting needles.
Do we ever spend a lot of money on our crafts? No, we don't.
No. I only own one hook. I can't imagine owning more than one. Why would anybody need more than one hook? I mean,
in the same size.
Oh, that's just stupid.
Multi-stitch roll, Lori, indeed.
But,
yeah. See, that's the thing with whether you prefer wood or metal knitting needles. It's a very personal thing, but it also really depends on the type of yarn you use. I like knitting with wooden or bamboo needles, but I've basically used metal needles all my life, but now I discovered bamboo, and I like it better. It's smoother. But it doesn't work for all types of yarn. It really depends on your yarn.
Yeah. I can imagine. Well, it's like we talked about in our last, was it Uncommon?
Yeah.
What we were talking about? How matching the hook with the yarn. You're not going to use a hook that might snag, like a bamboo hook or a wood hook in general, with a snaggy yarn.
Exactly.
So yeah.
It's the same for knitting.
And some yarn work better with matte finishes because there's a little bit of drag there.
Yep.
Like my Malabrigo, I always pretty much use a matte.
Mm-hmm. But for acrylic, it's horrible. It
God, no!
It doesn't slide, and you have to like really pull on your stitches. It's horrible.
Yeah, my go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I was going to say my object of crocheting is I'm not trying to fight with the yarn. I typically have to fight enough getting my hook to make my stitches right anyway.
You have to work with it. I have a doggy that wants attention next to me. Mocha's gone.
Oh, come back, Mocha. And to answer your question, Chris, I don't know at the moment. I think at the moment I'm going to stick with what we're doing, with what I'm doing here with Kath and the Kim and Mocha. So I'll see what happens.
Mocha, Ashley. There's this really it's like a small pouch like this, and it costs like more than 100 euros, and it's a short round needle set for sock knitting specifically. Chiagu has with the different sizes, and yes, but it's like a third of that pouch, and it has the short needles. So you can have the 9-inch. You can have the 9-inch circular needle, and I've only had them in my local store. They only have them in metal, but I would get them in bamboo.
Yeah,
but then again, I wonder how many different sizes of sock needles do I need? I need all the same in only 2 or 3 sizes.
Well, it depends on what kind of socks you want to knit. I mean, you don't always just have to use the really thin yarn. You could, I mean, I know this is what you most like.
It's what I prefer.
It's what you prefer. There's nothing to stop you from making house socks like those really cozy ones.
I know, but I like the 2.5 millimeters and the 3 and the 3.5 millimeters. Even a 4 millimeter needle is already large.
Like totally up to you. Like I like the only thing I go really really small for is when I'm making amigurumi. For that one, I tend to use a hook that's like I never use anything bigger than 2.5 millimeter. So and that's when I use something small for. But no,
I use small needles and small hooks. I know I do it to myself. I'm punishing myself, but see, but I like these things. I like thin yarn.
So pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
It is. Now, is that I'm not gonna say Malabrigo because
no, it's totally not. It's a discount store yarn.
Really?
Yes. Isn't
No
that
way.
pretty? Isn't that pretty?
That's so pretty.
It's like a €2 ball.
You're joking.
Nope.
Really?
And it's wool.
Damn it! That's annoying. We don't have that. Sorry, but that's just annoying. We don't have that.
It's from Action. They had like 4 or 5 colors. I got them in every color. Mocha is modem is
Seems
had issue with her modem, but she will be back.
Okay.
Okay, Lori says I've already started learning mosaic and knitting. I've been thinking of dipping into Tunisian, but thought I'd make that next year's crafty goal. Oh, Lori, can we convince you to join and to learn it this year?
Yeah, can we twist that arm?
Yes, Chris. I do get you, but I have learned to first try and then invest. For instance, I don't mind paying €12 for a circular 9-inch knitting needle because I know that I like knitting socks, but I tried it first.
And here's the thing, like even if you're buying okay, you don't have to buy the most expensive tools, but I find that buying better or pretends to be better with a higher price margin, I don't know, I find I have less problems with the tools that are, slightly better quality. But here's the thing, you're only buying it the once more often than that. So like you buy it once and then you have it.
Yes, that's true, but not if you want like 10 hooks in one size.
Now that is the trick, is only making sure you do buy the one.
How about finishing projects, huh? Lori says, I'm an odd style knitter for America. I Russian style knit. What is Russian knit? That I don't know. I know the English and I knew the continental knit, but not the Russian. I'm gonna have to look that up.
And I know the Irish style. Russian style is completely new to me.
They used to call it Afghan crochet. Well, that is Tunisian crochet.
Didn't they used to all call it railroad crochet or something like that as well?
What?
Railroad something? I could be making it up.
I believe you. That's the thing. I would say you get to choose what you make. I'm not sure if it's easier to like pick a stitch and have everyone make the same stitch, or just anyone picks whatever they want to make. I would make it as free as we can.
I think so too, because like if you think about it, like a lot of cows that they all stick with one kind of thing and then they move on to the next thing. I think with this one, just you might have more fun kind of seeing other options that are all there at once, and you can just pick and choose what you want to do.
That's how I see it as well. I think that's the best thing, because not everyone is interested in making dishcloths, and some people might be more adventurous than others. And I think that the most important thing of this doing it together is to have the motivation to see what the others are doing, have it motivate you to learn it, and also to if there's something that doesn't work for you, to get advice from other people, or to get to know other tutorials, and then to learn from each other or ask for help if needed. But what you make, I think whatever you want to make.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing with crochet alongs. It's not always something that you're going to use or wear.
And like, what's also kind of fun about this is that you can direct the creativity yourself. It's not being directed by someone else.
Yeah. Oh, Alice!
Sorry, I forgot to turn my phone off. Sugar. Ella.
I think. Welcome back.
Hey.
Oh, she did it so she would get the duck back.
Yes, I wanted the duck.
You wanted the duck, and admit it. Alice, now Alice leaves us. Chris, you're gonna have
How do
to
you do it?
I'll be back in just a second.
Okay. What is the red lace, Lacey? What? You have to say, no, actually, I am subscribed to Needles at the Ready, but I don't get a chance to watch them. So I have to say 9-inch circular needles, all ASMR style. So how do you do that? 9-inch circular needles.
Hi, Mom, I missed you. Sorry there.
9-inch circular needles.
Okay, can you? No, I'm home. Everything okay?
Oh, what did I do?
It was very.
Wow, this is technical difficulty Sunday apparently.
What did I do? I'm sorry, people.
You're fine. Alice is off, but she didn't mute herself, so we can hear her
Very
conversation.
much so, yes. Can I have 2 seconds? I'm just going to.
I'll mute Alice
Thank you.
until her face comes back up. Okay. Chris has bamboo and metal, but thinking of learning on metal instead of the bamboo, as the interchangeables are metal and I don't want to relearn on them. Is that for knitting or for the Tunisian, Chris? I would say that doing it on bamboo or metal it's basically the same. It's the same technique. It's just one is easier or smoother than the other.
Yeah, it's really no different than I would imagine going back and forth between like a bamboo and a metal crochet hook, regular hook. You know?
No, it's just the slip and slide of the yarn. There she is.
She's back.
Sorry about that.
Mute. We could hear your conversation.
Yeah, that happens. Sorry.
Yeah, I really, really love working with thin yarns, and I know it takes so much longer to finish a project, but every time I go for the thin yarns.
Hey, Kim.
No, the short Chiagoos too short for your hands. Well, not with sock knitting. I like this. I've seen people knitting socks on the 20 centimeter needles. I don't know how they do it. I don't know.
I'm at a pledge to start using thinner yarns, and I mean I'm using 2 weights now, but I don't see me. Okay, it's not that I don't use lace weight because like I used to make a lot of dual lace, so obviously I have to use lace weight. But I just can't imagine making anything of a substantial size doing it. I would lose my mind.
See, that's the thing. I think a 2 weight, that is most fingering to sport. Is sports weight to a DK. That's my comfort zone. A 2 and a 3 weight. And anything thicker, it's like here, this one I'm using now. It's I would say it's a 3 to 4. It depends on if it's the dyed one or the natural one. I would say it's a 2 to 3 non-dyed, but it loosens up and becomes thicker with the dyeing. So I would say this is more like a 4 weight. And I use a 5mm hook. I think the purple is a 5, right? It's rubbed up. But especially for knitting, I like the stitch definition of the thinner yarns.
Yeah, the purple is the H, so it's a 5. Yeah, okay, I'm lying because this is actually a 1, and this is the one I'm using for my current project. So
was that a DK?
it's a 1.
That's a 1.
Yeah.
Oh wow! And what you making with it?
Placemats. I'm never gonna make anything. I told you I'm not gonna make anything large with anything this thin. I will lose my mind. But I can do placemats because they're not that big. I mean, it's gonna be like you can't
But
see me.
definitely, especially for socks, I like the really thin ones.
I don't do socks, so.
Look who's here!
Hello.
It's Reggie!
Reggie!
Hi.
I am so behind on the chat.
I hope you caught me
What's,
embarrassing myself there, Reggie. That's what you get for letting me into this group.
I did. I saw that.
These things happen.
Hey Reggie, so good to see you.
Good to see you all. How are you doing?
We're good. We're good. Lacey, I love the sound of aluminum knitting needles because that is the sound of my childhood. Oh, sorry, I've got a dog chasing a cat under the table.
Good to see everyone. Hi. No, Catherine forgot me in the basement. She didn't put me in timeout.
What?
She locked me in the basement for days.
Oh no!
Like Dr. Dre, you wasn't dead. He was hiding in Eminem's basement.
And I had no food.
Oh, but you had beer.
Yes, of course. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers! What is that? Aha, Corona. Okay, I really am behind on the chat. I'm sorry. Were you waving at us in the chat?
No, people were just telling you that I'm there.
Yeah, but I wasn't seeing their messages either. So. Okay, here you go.
When do we fly? That is a good question and a long story. Yeah, so our flight is planned for the 12th. And the plan was, to have a little family time until then and fly on the 12th. But we are currently missing a very important piece of bureaucracy, which was supposed to already happen and for some reason is being delayed. So if everyone can cross their fingers, we will be able to fly on the 12th. And if not, then we won't.
Let's hope it gets done in time. By the way, hi Kim in the chat.
Hi. Hey Kim. Yeah. I mean, this is it's we've been working on all this stuff for so long, well, it's not actually that long because this move was kind of like short decision. But ever since we realized we are moving, we've done everything we can to get everything ready in time. And so everything that was up to us on our side, we did right. And now it's in the hand of the bureaucracy gods.
Oh,
Oh, and they are a pain in the ass.
As we all know.
Oh boy. Let's hope it will. Oh, and it's vacation time. Let's
Yeah.
hope it will come soon. Lori is asking
Hope
if
so
you know
too.
of any wool-free sock yarn that comes in black. I
In
would go
black
for
specifically.
a cotton.
that comes
Um,
in black for rainbow comes in black.
yeah, I
Um,
mean, Twister Solid is black from Hobie. You can get it in black.
um, Lion Brand 24/7 has black.
I think also Hobie, I'm not sure, is Kind Feather acrylic? I think so.
Yeah.
That also has black. All good choices. No, they don't need more proof that I gave birth to my kids. Thankfully, that was eventually, that saga was eventually over.
Here's the video.
Yeah. Oh man, that was, thank God we got over that part. But
That's
no,
nuts.
no, actually now it's even worse because now it's the Israeli bureaucracy gods that we are praying for. Um, we have the so well, obviously my husband and I are married. We
Okay.
settled all of that. But he's not Jewish and also not an Israeli citizen. So, in order for him to be able to come with us and stay and not just be on a tourist visa, he needs an extra, visa to apply so that he can actually stay and work and live in Israel. That visa is called like a family reunion visa because we are his family and me and the kids are all Israelis.
Hmm.
Um, and we want him obviously to come and live with us. So we applied for that. We did everything, like I said, right and on time. Gave them all the documents they needed, and they were supposed to give the visa or the response within 60 days. Well, 60 days have gone, and we still didn't get it. That's the problem currently.
and
Yeah.
he
So that
cannot
is
just come in with a tourist visa and then switch.
he can, but then he would only be able to stay for the 3 months of the tourist visa.
And then he would have to leave and come back.
Yes. And he won't be able to work, live, rent an apartment and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Oh boy.
Um so I mean, yeah, what can you do? They said 60 days, we believed them. We had no reason to think that they are not, you know, I mean, that's their job. They should be able to say how long normally it takes them to do it. And so when they said it takes them 60 days, I believe them that it takes them 60 days.
Yeah.
Are
Um,
there a lot of people immigrating to Israel right now?
oh, yeah. Well, we are not, first of all, we are not only mixed couple. Yeah, there are a lot. Israel is one of those countries that still didn't um, catch up with the times, that the world is becoming smaller and we live in a global society and like people travel, meet people from other countries, you know, get married in other places, have families. Um, so Israel kind of like is behind on catching up with that. So the process of bringing someone who's not an Israeli citizen and like on top of that also not Jewish into Israel is a very complicated and tedious process. So, um, but we did everything right. The good thing was that we have everything they need. I mean, because like we have everything we need in order to prove that this is not a scam, that we have actually been married for the past, 9 years. We actually are, in a relationship. We have kids. We live together. We have the contract when we bought the house. We have we have taxes and all that stuff that we pay together, and so we have all the proof that they need to show that we have been, actually married. Um, so we did, like I said, we did everything right, and we did everything on time, and yeah, now it's up to them.
It's really an administrative thing.
Yeah.
That's frustrating, though. Ugh.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you everyone in the chat.
Yeah, Lori, that's another thing. The strikes, the airport.
Yeah.
We've had strikes in Belgium, and now there's strikes in the Netherlands. My stepson left for Senegal 2 days ago, but then there was a fire, like a small airplane fire in Amsterdam. And so they missed their connecting flight to Lisbon, and now they're stranded in Lisbon. They don't know where their luggage is, and they don't know when they're going to be able to go to Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures from the airport in Amsterdam. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were going to say, that the hitch was, that getting a flight, because we're having problems here too.
So that happened too. Last week we got a message that our flight was canceled. We were supposed to fly on the 13th. If you girls remember, because I don't think I ever said it on the
was the 14th.
I'm pretty sure I told you guys we were supposed to fly on the 13th. So the first thing we got was a message that the flight was canceled. But thankfully the airline offered us alternatives, and their alternative was like to fly a day earlier. So that was, not a huge change. It's just one day, and not even later, but earlier. So that was okay for us. But that was the first hitch. And then came the second one.
Oh, boy.
We will see. It will be okay. I like to think positive.
Yes.
And
I mean, they're just gonna have to put some urgency and behind it, and make sure that, hey, you've been waiting 60 days, they should deliver.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they don't seem to think they should, though. I mean, I did talk to them, but we shall see. I hope it works. I hope it works out. Sorry to be a downer. I mean, this chat was very enjoyable before I came in.
But then again, Reggie, what are you thinking bringing a German to Israel?
I don't know what even crossed my mind. I mean,
wow, why is it this is the first time I actually gave that any thought?
How dare I?
Oh, you guys have strikes in the U.S. as well? Airport strikes?
Oh, yeah. Flights are getting canceled left and right. It's insane.
Really? In the U.S. as well? Mm-hmm. Is it for the same reason? Because because of Corona, they lost a lot of their flight crews and so on?
Well, here's the thing, from what I understand. Most of the problems that the airlines are having is because during the pandemic, they let a lot of their pilots retire. Mm-hmm. Because A, it's cheaper to pay a pension than it is to pay a salary.
Yeah.
And then they didn't rehire or hire new pilots to get them trained to be up and running. And now they're saying, oh, well, we weren't expecting the demand for flights. I'm like, we've been locked down for 2 years. You really weren't expecting people to want to get on a plane and go somewhere?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Same problem. So like they're like, oh, you're not gonna work double shifts because we don't have enough pilots.
Exactly. So
What?
yeah, so people are striking. We don't have the manpower, and they're talking about it could be this might not be fully resolved for another 2 years because
Yep,
it'll take that long to get new pilots trained and flight ready.
exactly. Because that's the thing here as well. It's not there's just not enough trained people to do the jobs
And then they got
anymore
the nerve to
because
want to double the cost of flights. It's like, really?
and here we have a similar problem with the workers with in the
Yes, what Ashley, I agree. Sorry.
restaurants and what do you call that in English?
Food service?
Yeah, in the food service industry, because a lot of people lost their jobs during the pandemic and then they looked for different jobs, and now people don't want to go back to the food service.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no, it's just
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah, Ashley, I totally agree.
Yeah.
It's people like governmental clerks not like doing their all like too lazy to actually do the job they're hired for.
And you know for a fact the 9 out of 10 all somebody has to do is probably like take a mouse and click one button.
Yeah, definitely.
That's all
or
it's going to
they
take.
are or they are waiting for their supervisor to put a signature on it or something stupid like that.
It's always something like that. Always. But that's where these businesses like the food service and stuff that can't keep employees or retail or any of those. People need these companies need to learn that this is a workers' market right now.
Yeah.
Workers have decided they're not going to work for crap pay. They're not going to put up with crap bosses because they don't have to.
Exactly.
If anything, Corona showed us how important certain people and certain jobs are.
Yes.
Oh, big time.
Yes.
Big time.
But so they were talking about like bringing flight crews from Turkey to the Amsterdam airport to like help them reduce the the stress or like to take off the load. And I'm like, how are there like tons of flight crews in Turkey? Like, how did this happen all over the world and not in Turkey? Like, what's different about Turkey as a country that they could have kept their entire flight crews during the pandemic when everyone else didn't? Like,
they had an overstock.
Yeah.
They were like laying on shelves in the
Did a lot of people get bored and decide to go to flight school?
They just pulled them out of the freezer.
Frozen pilots.
Instant pilots. Instant. You
put
them in
pilots.
Add water.
Microwave.
Add air. Add air. Toss in foot. Add air. Toss into the wind. No, add water. Toss into the wind. That's how.
I'm very happy with some of the inventions in today's.
Or inflatable pilots.
No, inflatables can only be co-pilots.
Thinking of other uses for the inflatable pilots, but
those can be used for a large.
No, inflatables can only be co-pilots.
That remind. What was that film a couple years ago?
Airplane.
It was a funny film.
Airplane.
Thank you. Yes.
With what's his name?
Leslie Nielsen.
Yes.
The woman.
Yes.
Shirley, you can't be serious. I am serious. Don't call me Shirley.
Priscilla Presley also in there.
Yeah.
Very interesting what Lori is saying. That
they were busy flying our yarn.
No, it's very interesting what she's saying about
they're
flight
recruiting.
schools lining
Lori
up.
Armstrong. Go back up a couple.
Here.
Yeah, she said she works in a high school. We have flight schools and truck driving schools lined up at the door to recruit our students and their parents. Yeah, it's interesting.
Truck drivers also big need of truck drivers.
Oh
here.
yeah. Yeah, I have a friend that's a truck driver, and he is in high demand right now.
Yeah.
I mean, literally asking salaries and getting them. It's crazy.
The hotel I worked for before the pandemic was already hurting for housekeepers because they refused to pay at the. Yeah, well, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
That's
no.
already.
People aren't going to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Nope.
They're not going to work for crap wages. They're not going to work for crap people. So up your game. Quit being crappy.
Yeah,
Why is it
exactly.
so hard?
Yeah,
I
don't
think
know.
people have become more and more crappy in general.
Hey, look, my theory is if I work in a hotel, I should be able to afford to stay in the hotel.
Yeah.
If I work in a restaurant, I should be able to afford to eat at the restaurant. If I can't do those two things, you're not paying me enough. You need to do something.
Yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
it's saying like people underestimate some um
That's why I said co-pilot. You know, you can't be like deflating the pilot. Stop. I don't. Okay, what I was about to say, I'm not going to say. But let's just say, I don't want to like climax then die. That just sounds bad.
but that would maybe be like a good way to go, no?
Depends for
Not when I'm trying to go on vacation. I mean, if I'm trying to like fly someplace I don't want to go, okay, fine, whatever. But no, I mean, if I'm finally getting back to Jamaica, I don't.
You girls.
She doesn't want to get it as bad as she wants to get there.
Yeah, I get it.
There you go. We have a winner.
That's the right way to put it. Yes.
Also, that
The
showed
ratio
our fading
between
song
it
Drop
and
the
there.
Pilot. Sorry, what?
The it to their ratio.
Yeah.
The into their ratio. That's a new one.
But
I
the
like
Joe
that one.
Norman's rating song Drop the Pilot is getting a whole different meaning now. Maybe the trade embargo happening in Turkey freed up pilots. I don't see how that would work.
I don't know.
But is there a trade embargo on Turkey? I wasn't aware. From the US or where?
Yeah, I think there was.
Really? What's between
Because
the US
of
and Turkey?
because Turkey took the side of Russia with not Ukraine before that.
Syria?
Iran.
No. In between
Just yell a
after
bunch of countries
Syria,
that are
before
in war right
Ukraine. Oh, it's driving me crazy. I
Iran.
can't the name of the country right now.
Sorry.
Iran.
No.
Stop saying Iran.
Sorry, no, it's the only thing I can think of.
Ukraine.
Say it over and over until it's right.
No.
Lacey,
Somebody,
that's still
Crimea. That's it. Thank you, Lacey.
But that's still Ukraine.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, but it was considered its own separate thing
Oh, yeah.
before the Ukraine incident.
Well,
Okay.
Russia considers it that way in any case.
Well, yeah. Well, Russia considers that all the motherland, and they just want it all back.
Exactly, Lori. It's hard to keep up with all these crises.
Excuse me.
Chris has a question about socks. Can you pick it up so we can read it better?
A question about socks.
There's like a size 1 yarn and a 2, and then specific sock yarn. Then there is a 3 and fingering. So is it no labeled sock specifically what yarns? Okay, so fingering, sock yarn, and 1 are all the same. they're all the same yarn. And sport, so number 2 or sport yarn is like a little thicker depending on the company. Um, if it is no labeled sock specifically, what yarn size? You mean if you have a yarn that's not labeled, what yarn size it is? Is that your question?
Yeah, I think it means if it's not labeled sock yarn specifically, what yarn size is it probably?
Oh, well, so I think in terms of socks, of knitting socks, you want to look for something that's about 400 to 420 meters per 100 gram. That would be the ultimate sock yarn size.
I agree, and I would make it a fingering weight, a number 1
Yeah.
or a fingering weight.
Around that.
I find the labeling sock yarn extremely confusing.
Yeah.
I thought you could only use it for socks because it wasn't going to be soft enough to use on your body or whatever.
Yeah,
But
but you can use sock yarn for other things. So
no, fingering is a 1.
yeah, fingering is a 1.
But I go by the yards, the weight per yards.
Yeah, me too.
I think that is the most reliable way of knowing what you have, because the 1, 2, 3, even the fingerings, sports or DK is not very accurate.
I agree. I also compare yarn more by meter per gram and less by how the yarn companies label them, because yarn companies pretty much label however they wish. There's not like one universal measurement, sadly, even though there's like the illusion of universal measurement.
Well, it depends, Lori. There are actually companies that use sock as a weight name, like sports, they call it sock, which is crazy in my eyes because I would use a fingering for a sock yarn, but okay. A DK is a 3. That's correct.
Yeah, 3 is DK.
If you can make mile high jokes, you are awake enough to understand, Chris.
Is that how we measure how awake a person is, by their
Yeah.
ability to make dirty jokes?
The amount of gutter-mindedness.
Gutter-mindedness, is that a term? The amount.
It is now. Yes, Sheila. The 400 meters to 100 grams is definitely a good yarn for socks.
Yeah.
It is my favorite. I like socks made with that yarn because I like the thickness of the fabric. It's not too much. I don't like to really feel my socks in my shoes.
Yeah.
So when I make it with a thin yarn, I enjoy wearing them more than when it's with a thick yarn.
So yeah, Sheila, to your question, the troublemaker's yarn that you have is definitely fingering weight.
Chris says he doesn't have to be awake to have his mind in the cutter. Yes, Lori, that's also a very good point. For instance, cotton has less stretch than wool, and it will make less stretchy socks.
So, but if you want to make socks out of a yarn that is not wool, I would recommend bamboo rather than cotton, specifically for socks, and more specifically bamboo nylon blends. If you have nothing against mixing nylon in your vegan fibers. Um, I think the ultimate sock yarn, like to make specifically socks, um, that's wool free, would be bamboo nylon. In my personal opinion, it has a good stretch to it, and it has like um, how do you say? Catherine, help me. Bamboo is no light.
Bamboo.
It's light. It's lighter than cotton. It's very airy.
Yeah, and it's indeed. And uh, your point about the nylon, not liking not liking to have nylon in your vegan fibers, I get it, but it makes the yarn more durable.
Yeah.
So I think it's better, to be
I
honest.
had really good, very, very good sock yarn. Sadly, they discontinued it from Hobie. It was called Wolong. They don't sell it on Hobie anymore, but if you can get like a yarn that's the ratio is the same, it's like 100 grams, 420 meters, and the mix was a bamboo nylon blend. I think it was 75-25. So just like wool, like sock yarn that has wool, but instead of wool, it had bamboo. And that was like really, really good sock yarn.
I think that brand might still be available. It's not a Hobie brand.
It's yeah, it's World of Yarn.
Yeah.
So it's not Hobie, but I haven't yet. I have yet to find it sold on any other website.
Did I see it at Wool Warehouse? I don't know. Lori says the more sleep deprived she is, the deeper the gutter her mind, deeper in the gutter her mind will go. So
Same.
that's basically the auto response, huh, Lori? Ooh,
Reggie, that is
someone's
so
making
pretty.
Zerzura.
Yes.
Reggie, I thought you said at one point that you had finished all your whips. What's this then?
Yeah, but I can't like be here. I can't be
You're
here for
tripping over it.
can't be here for 2 weeks and not have something to work on. So I keep pulling out the rest of the yarns that I had in my suitcase, and
Be careful you don't run out before you get there.
yeah,
It's beautiful though.
thank
Well,
you.
then,
Well, I wouldn't run out because once I get there, I'll have all the yarn.
I was gonna say
Because
you have boxes and boxes waiting for him when she gets there.
all my yarn is in Israel. The only thing I have in my suitcases are like the things that didn't fit anywhere else. So it was like maybe 3 or 4 skeins of yarn. But once I run out of this, I will be in a real problem.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Don't get yourself to the airport and have nothing to do.
That's sadly not after.
Yarn.
Yeah, but I specifically said I'm not gonna do that.
It's
But
gonna happen.
did you watch my video that I uploaded this morning? Apparently, Knit Crate are like on my side, and they somehow managed to get yarn to me, even though I don't even have an address.
Fair play.
Yes, it was a really, really fun, mishap that happened. I got my Knit Crate here, even though like I specifically changed the address for it to go to Israel. And it got to my old address, and the house owner, so the one that bought the house from us, wrote my husband, and then he told him, hey, there's a package here for you guys. So thankfully we're not that far away from where we lived, so just drove over and got my Knit Crate
Well, that's cool.
yarn.
Nice.
I'm getting my Knit Crate backwards. I got the free box first,
Before,
and
oh,
I'm
which one?
waiting for the actual.
For the actual box.
Yeah.
Which mystery box did you get?
Um. I don't know. Was there different ones, or you asked me what was in it?
What? Yeah, what was in it?
I'll show you.
Oh yeah, please
Can I
do.
just while Mocha is opening her box, I'll just answer this question for Sheila. Yes, it depends on the foot size and how high you make the leg part, but you can make a pair of socks with 100 grams. Back to Mocha.
Okay, so it came in the while I'm washing out. Hang on, let me turn this off again. So I'm washing out again. Okay. Came in a lovely little box.
Ooh, I feel like I'm watching something naughty.
Ooh.
And this is gorgeous. It's
Wait, that is the current one. That is the exact one that I got this morning.
really?
No?
This is showing as my extra box.
Oh, well, maybe they mixed up the delivery number between the two
Maybe. I
boxes.
don't know. Because I've got two different
Shipping
tracking
number,
numbers,
track numbers.
and this one matches the extra
Oh,
box.
okay.
So I don't know.
So, because that's the exact same one that I got this morning.
Really?
Yeah,
Hmm.
the June box.
Well, then I don't know what I'm getting in the other box.
How can I make Mocha bigger?
Just press on Mocha
Solo.
and then
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, it's
Is it-
very pretty. It's called Cucumber, which is right up my alley because I love everything cucumber, color, vegetable, what have you. And it's oh, I got to take my glasses off because I can't read. 30% cotton, 35% linen, 19% lyocell, 11% nylon, and it's a sport weight.
Isn't
That
it a
sounds
perfect
gorgeous.
combination of fibers?
Yeah, this is great.
I love it.
Must be very, very smooth.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes,
Although
Lori.
the linen
One
gives
second.
it just enough, you know,
Right?
drag.
It's I love it. I think it's a perfect combination. And it's chain spun, so
Yeah, it's chain. I was about to say that. I'm like, it's chain spun.
yeah.
Yay for chain spun.
Yeah.
And there's two hands.
Lori was asking, is that from Knit Crate this morning? So do you mean this? No, this is not from Knit Crate. The yarn that I'm knitting with right now, it's not a Knit Crate yarn. It's a cake. But the yarn that I got at Knit Crate this morning is the same like what Mocha just showed. And I wasn't like 100% about the color. But it's not, I mean, the yarn itself is so nice. I really like it. I'm definitely gonna use it. So whether or not I'm gonna use it before I leave Germany, that's up to, like I said, the bureaucracy gods.
How are you
But
gonna wind it though?
back of the chair or something like that.
Oh, you're braver than I am.
My Swift is already in Israel.
Don't forget, you do have a husband as well. He can help.
Yeah, right. That's gonna happen.
He's gonna be good for something.
Sheila is saying she was going to get the Knit Crate, but the shipping to Ireland is the same as the price of the box. It's so weird that shipping to Ireland is more expensive than shipping to Germany.
Yeah.
It's because we're, in my head, it's because we're not actually physically connected to mainland Europe.
Oh,
and
you
it's harder
think so?
to get to us.
They have to specifically ship it to Ireland.
I hope it's not because the U.S. Postal Office is making the same mistake that Alice and I ran into with Rito, that they consider the whole of Ireland a part of UK.
The UK.
I don't think it is. I think it's just that there's more infrastructure involved with the delivery to a country that's just separate.
It could be that for Europe they ship the container to, let's say, Rotterdam, and then from there it gets shipped with trucks to the rest of Europe.
Yeah.
Whereas for Ireland, well, yeah.
Well, it's like it goes to, I think more often than not it ends up in mainland Europe, and then it has to go through. If I'm ordering from the States, it makes more sense for them to deliver to mainland Europe first, and then from mainland Europe to carry it on through to us. But just, I don't know, for whatever reason, the infrastructure just doesn't accommodate for us neatly in the same way it does for the bigger continents.
Yeah.
Sounds like Aer Lingus needs to open up its own shipping
Well, you think
branch.
so, but like, for a country that's big enough to have more than 3 airports, we'd think we'd have more than 3 airports.
Yeah.
You have 2 low budget air companies, so why are you complaining?
Yeah. That's more than we have.
We have 2. We have 2. Okay, I think in total we have about 3 of them that are still commercially open to external imports, if you know what I mean. There's Shannon Airport, which is the next main one to Dublin Airport. And here's the thing, Dublin Airport, the last couple of weeks, has had a complete crisis in terms of functioning normally.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
what is wrong? I was thinking maybe it would be cheaper to buy a Virgin or an EasyJet or a Ryanair ticket for the package and ship them in a passenger plane.
That might be.
At least one of those. I'm not going to say names because I don't want to get in trouble. But at least one of those companies is like Russian roulette.
So Spirit Air, yay! Every country has that one where you're like, well, the ticket prices are good.
Yeah, and I think Sheila knows which one I'm going to be talking about here.
We're talking about the Irish one, right?
I'm not saying names. I've gotten myself into enough trouble on this live.
Did I already say it?
Yourself into trouble? Is that why you're being so quiet all of a sudden?
Doing it badly.
And crocheting up a storm in the corner there. What's she making, by the way?
Can't think of anything to make some just drink Granny squares.
Yay, Granny!
Now, albeit I'm doing the granny stitch, but y'all in these granny squares, come on now.
No, I am not taking on the granny square thing.
I just needed something to do, that's all.
No, I'm not a granny person. But Granny D is saying she also got the cucumber yarn. She loves the color and she used the double down to get 2 more hanks. Yeah, I love the knit grade double down. I actually used it too this month to get their mystery bags, which is another thing that's waiting for me in Israel, which is another thing that I will be missing if I don't go.
Man,
Okay, so it sounds like my tracking has been mislabeled. So this is the regular box, and I'm still waiting for it.
I think your mystery box is the one that's still on the way, because this is definitely the June box, the one that you got. Unless you're getting 2 June boxes, unless your mystery box is a June box.
Well, then I guess I'll have plenty of cucumber to make whatever I want.
A cucumber salad.
A cucumber salad shawl. That's actually kind of not a bad idea.
Here's an idea. Cucumber salad shawl. Oh my! I want to see what it's gonna look like.
I'd have to figure out how to crochet lead.
The cucumber slices.
Oh wow!
The cucumber slices from Crochet on the Runway.
Yes.
Yeah, and then like lace them together with leaves.
Yes.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Her designer mind is off, going off now.
Yeah.
It's inflating.
Ashley, don't we always want new yarn?
We always want
new yarn.
I actually, like, until I got that box this morning and had like an excuse to make a quick video, I I didn't think I'm gonna have any content on my channel for the next 2 months, so I started putting those enabler posts for everyone. I can't do a video to show you yarn, so here is a link. Go look at the yarn yourself.
Yes, I appreciate you putting enabler alert at the top because I can like do this and scroll past. Because I've blown my budget for yarn for July already. First of all, it's what, the 3rd, and I've already blown my yarn budget for July. And second, I have no place else to put any.
So your problem is actually you need a new house.
Yes, I need a bigger room.
I think she's got
that would solve the yarn problem.
I agree.
It's like that meme. I don't have too much yarn. I always tell my husband that I can fit it all in one box. But my husband tells me I need to stop calling our house a box.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's a very accurate depiction of my life.
Yeah, it's just. So yeah, I've had to just kind of scroll past real quick all those posts, Reggie. I'm sorry. I've promised myself, and Lord help me, because I don't know if I can stick to this, but I've promised myself that I am not going to buy any more new yarn until the fall.
When is fall?
September.
September.
So until September. Okay.
That's doable.
That's doable.
And I figured
that's kind of like what I'm doing now.
It's
kind of like what I'm doing now.
Yeah. I figured by then Malabrigo will be like, oh, look, we've got some new colorways. And I'll be like, hey, sorry, here I come. So, yeah.
Lori is saying she was actually thinking about ordering from Hobie. Lori, what were you thinking of ordering? I'm not very much for ordering from Hobie these days. Ashley saying she was actually doing really well with sticking to her stash, but then there were new Karen cakes. And Lady were showing knit crate boxes. Yeah. Well, knit crate I can understand, but people's obsession with Karen cakes, I cannot. I'm sorry. I know it's an unpopular opinion, but this is sort of like what this panel does, right?
It's okay, Reggie. I share that same opinion. I don't quite understand the appeal either.
I don't know what cake it was that Kim showed, but I loved that one. It had like it looked like there was a thin thread of sea cell or something nice and shiny in it. I loved that one.
Was that a Karen cake?
I don't know what cake it was.
Because from all the cakes that the Karen cakes that people have been showing on their channels lately, there was not one that I went like, oh my god, I have, like, there was none of them were like something new I've never seen before, and none of them were like something I said, oh, this I gotta have. Like I couldn't picture any of them as something I would say I would run to the store for that.
Was it like painterly or something?
No, that's the one that looks like it's a little like river washed.
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember.
You know what she showed in her last video?
I can't remember.
Is she still out in the chat?
Anything.
I
just know that
Chris is asking if you're talking about that purple stuff that she showed.
No, it was more like a creamy color, like a beige.
Yeah, in her last video. Because her screen, her thumbnails are holding it.
Yeah, that was in Michael's or something.
It was Joanne's, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Like, seriously, guys, you
Sorry,
are
Kim.
asking many questions. But I know that it had like this nice shiny, very delicate shiny thread going through it, and that I liked. And I have no idea if it was a Karen cake.
But that I can understand if the cake has like something special in it, something that's like not something that we've seen 1,000 times before. But the painterly cakes, they kind of look like river washed,
I
and
like
like
soft
I've
wash river washed yarns.
yeah, but it's like we've seen color changing or self striping river washed or stone washed cakes. They're not something that I look at and I said, "Oh my god, that is incredibly like beautiful." Or
See, my thing is most of the Karen cakes that came out that I loved are discontinued
Oh,
oh,
that sucks.
because they
that's
had a
another.
really odd, funky colors. Because that's what I kind of go for. So I'm like, oh sure, I like it. So let's get rid of it. Story of my
And
life. Okay.
well, whether something is beautiful or ugly is always very subjective.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is true. That is true.
Um,
I just know that most of the things that I like is normally in the minority, therefore normally end up getting discontinued.
there's a hobby call. Is it worth joining?
It's all about granny squares. So if you like granny squares,
It's right up your alley, huh, Reggie?
I I told you so like in the past year, I can clearly say that sometime around, no, more than a year, because sometime around Christmas, Hobie took a downhill turn, in my personal opinion,
I
in a
think they
lot of
cracked
things.
and burned with that advent calendar.
I mean, their yarns are still good. Their yarns are still very good. The yarns are very high quality. They've always have been. But Hobie as a company started behaving like that
The company.
little middle kid looking for his mom's attention, and I can't take that.
But you
Ah,
have, but you have two children, Reggie. You can't complain about that.
I
Exactly, I
am.
have two. None of them is the middle one.
None of them is the middle one. Oh my gosh, I have to remember that
Oh,
one.
that's funny.
I'm gonna have to use that one in the future.
It's the perfect
That's
number.
good.
I just lost that yarn chicken.
Oh
Oh no.
Oh no.
Four
Oh,
no! Oh,
stitches.
here's an idea.
Four.
Go back,
yeah.
and
Do
use
the
a small
last
hook.
row tighter. Do the
Yeah,
last row tighter.
Go
Oh
down
yeah.
half a hook size, something to
Yeah,
get
no,
that
I'm not
extra.
hooks. I'm just gonna tighten up my stitches a little.
Uh,
Oh.
Sheila, yes, I have ordered from Wool Warehouse. I just pay their normal shipping fees that
Hmm.
apply to us. That's what, but I don't make a regular habit of buying from Wool Warehouse. There's a couple of websites that are available locally, actually. Um, oh gosh, there's one called Woolly Castle. You might have heard of it, but you might not. Woollycastle.ie, which is a local website. It's a local seller. She does style craft mostly, but she is a local seller, and she delivers within 2 or 3 days. Then another, and you probably know Vibes and Scribes.
Ashley, I get your point, but you can also get big box store yarns that are more special, I would say this way, because I have seen people show yarns that they get at Joann's, at Hobie Lobby, at Michael's. I mean, those are all stores that are not available to me, but are available to you guys there in the US. And I do see sometimes yarns that I say, oh, that is really nice or very special. I do get that most of the big box stores yarns in the US are acrylic or acrylic cotton blend, and I do get that most of them are more of the same, which is maybe why I am not excited about them, and people who this is the yarn that they use are. I totally get that, and that is totally fine. I just like feel like some of them are special, some of them are more unique, and those are exactly the ones that most of the people are complaining that are being discontinued, which is like really weird in my opinion.
Also, Ashley, I'm going to pile in here because as I was telling the girls in our chat yesterday, um, up until I started my channel, my life was buy yarn at Joann's, Michael's, and Walmart, and it was always acrylic. And it wasn't until I started my channel that I realized that A, there's a whole big old world of yarn out there, and B, even my local stores had access to some of the better yarns online. So, I shop at Joann's, but I shop at Joann's online, and what you can get from Joann's online is vastly, vastly different than what you'll get if you walk into a Joann's store.
Oh, really?
So you can
Yeah,
definitely up your yarn game just by shopping these stores online.
I've heard many people complain about the stocks in the brick and mortar stores,
Oh,
and
it's miserable.
more and more people have been saying. But I do understand that a lot of, like, not a lot, but some of them don't have like an online, right? Like Joanne has an online platform. Does
Michael's
Michael?
has an online. Yeah.
Does Hobby Lobby?
Yeah.
No, you
I
can't.
don't know. I don't do Hobby Lobby, so.
Oh, okay.
But no,
What else do you
Joann's and
guys have there?
Michael's, they both
mean,
have large
and
online presences.
if we talk about ordering online, and that's another thing that we spoke about in our chat yesterday, Mocha, is ordering directly from the companies. I know that some of them are not like direct mills, but still ordering from Lion Brand or Premier, it's already like again, yarns that I've only tried because people from the US sent them to me, because Premier, to buy Premier here is totally dumb. It's way too expensive for what it is. But I have had people sending me Premier yarns, and they are a lot like the Turkish yarns that we know here from like the high quality Turkish yarn that we know here in Europe. And I would say that quality is way better than the, you know, different cakes that people that I got from people who sent me from Michaels or Hobby Lobby, like the yarn bee cakes, or the what is it called, loops and threads, right?
Yeah,
That's the
that's
Michaels brand.
Michael's.
So the Premier yarns that I got were a lot closer in quality to what we are used to here. For when I mean here, I mean when we go to the big box
Right,
stores here.
right.
So I think like maybe you don't have in your surroundings, but if you do order online, I don't know if you do, but if you do order online, some of these companies are worth ordering directly from the companies, rather than, buying the big box store yarns, just for the quality, I mean, and for to get something that's a little bit more special, and the design that has a design in it, let's say. I'm
Ashley, no
not
one's.
hating on your taste in yarn. That is not at all what I was saying. I never like I never put anyone's taste yarn down. I was saying that in my opinion, the Karen cakes are nothing special, and if you do look for something special, and what you're saying is I don't have access to the same yarns, but in the US you do have other places to get yarns.
Yeah.
That is all I was saying. I was not arguing with you.
Yeah,
And
and
the
like,
only thing I was pointing out was that if you actually did want to explore other kinds of yarns from the companies you like, going online is an
Would give
option.
you more, yeah, would give you more options.
I mean, I love Big Twist to death from Joann's, but in my local store, I can only get like 5 or 6 colors. But if I go on Joann's.com, there's 30 different colors of Big Twist.
Oh, wow.
wow.
And
Yeah,
they only stock like 5? Oh, that's
yeah,
crazy.
that's all I could get in my local store.
That's
Yeah, Kim was saying something in her last two videos about like the stock in the stores, that they
It's
were,
bad.
yeah.
but
I
isn't
wonder
that
what's that
that,
about.
Okay, well then keep using what you're using. But I was
Exactly.
just saying, if you wanted to branch out, there's options. Do
yeah.
you, boo? Do you?
Yeah, exactly. We were not saying
Now this is
anything
something I
against.
agree. This is something I agree with full-heartedly.
Well,
spend
definitely.
more if I don't have more enjoyment out of it?
That's
yeah.
why, Catherine. I think that's why you and I shop at Action and Z-Man. Like, you can buy good yarn for €2. Exactly.
Everybody loving on this yarn. It's like a €2 ball.
Yes, yes. That's Action, right?
Yes, it's Action, but we have
I
to be rare
wish.
to find it. That's Action. I wish.
No,
Well, I mean,
she
a lot
wishes
of
they
people,
had those yarn.
yeah,
Are
a
you
lot of
wishing
people
for?
around here.
Are you wishing for some Action, kid?
I'm ignoring that. But a lot of people in the United States, they can go to like the dollar store. They can get basically it's Premier Yarn. It's just in the Just Yarn label, and it's $1 for a ball. Can't find it around here.
Really?
So sad.
No, I live in a yarn desert, literally.
Oh man, that
At least
sucks.
you
My
didn't.
local yarn, my closest local yarn shop is an hour away, and our big box stores. Um, I actually filmed a video in Michael's
Yeah.
of their yarn, and I didn't post it because it was just so sad.
Kim,
Was
you might live in a yarn desert. I live in a yarn island. It's all on the other side of the water.
But at least, but at least if you got in a boat, you could get to it.
No, I can't. I have to pay for it.
You know, I'm in a desert. For me to get to it, I'd probably die.
Yeah,
Sunstroke.
in that boat.
Okay, so guys, we have to airdrop the yarn to your places.
Amazon needs to get on that boat. Actually, here's the thing. Amazon can absolutely start doing those drone drop-ins because that way I can just get easy access to yarn.
but I think we really do. I think us, like here in Europe. Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, kiddo.
Hello,
But
it's the pretty girl.
Okay, you can stop being goofy now. Bye. Bye.
Who's your
Last
assistant?
week you got the dog. This week you got the kid.
Who's the mini-me?
It's my granddaughter.
Aww.
He is.
How old is she?
Cute.
She will be 8 in August.
Oh.
8 going on
Yeah.
30. But we're still together. Go play.
Well, if you
Fun
don't
zone.
enjoy it, if you don't enjoy the yarn, it's really no use of keeping.
No, they're
Yeah.
not. What's the point?
And like that's
Yeah.
the thing. Even though if it's
No.
stuff that's hard to get to you,
No.
it's just up to you
No.
to be maybe a bit more creative about what you
Go
do.
away. No, go away.
She's so cute, and she's like shushing her. Go away.
She's stealing the show.
Yeah, I made that. Now go away.
Yeah, she
Nobody
can.
wants to see that well-loved first, I guess second try at
Yeah,
anniversary or stuff.
Kim, let her go ahead because people will forget about my earlier faux pas.
Okay, now go. No or no cool. It's not that one work.
Oh, I just found something.
Hey,
No, I'm not
Chris,
going.
I agree. We need yarn tubes. Like,
But no, I mean, if you don't enjoy the yarn, don't work with it. You know.
Yeah. I mean, like, we.
Bubbles!
Hey, Angela.
Leftover party favors?
My kids were playing here on the balcony before. They
I
left.
see.
crafty hearts. Yes.
See, bubbles are a big party favor, birthday party favor here.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, Angela.
Hi, Angela.
Hey.
Very true. There are some yarns that I find, for instance, especially the boucle kind of yarns. I don't like to crochet with them, but they're fine for knitting.
I agree.
Can't stand that yarn.
There's so many people hate on boucle. Why do you hate boucle? It's
Because it's
so
hard to
great.
crochet with. I guess maybe if I knitted, it might be a little different.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to crochet
Play
with.
it's a frogging nightmare.
Oh,
But when you knit with it, it's different. It's actually better.
Yeah, I agree.
I've
Maybe
actually
that's
used it as well for, it depends on the boucle. Sometimes the acrylic boucle doesn't work as well. But I've used boucle for making doll wigs. So, hair for dolls.
yeah.
And
and
Ah,
I've
some
yeah,
for weaving too.
It's very good
yes,
for weaving.
very
It's
beautiful in
good
weaving.
for to like what boucle is good for is texture. So
Yeah,
texture in the fabric. So I think it doesn't work very well with crochet because of the way the stitches are made because you
Hmm.
like
yeah.
run the but with
It doesn't
knitting like
slide.
exactly what Catherine said with knitting because of the way the stitch is built like the knit stitch is built. I think it's not as hard to frog and work with, and it gives a really nice fabric. But that is a different subject that like brings me to yarns that are designed to knitting. You know, a lot of the vast majority of yarns are designed with knitting in mind and not with
Yep,
crochet in mind. Um,
Like the color
and
changings.
I think boucle and color changings
yep,
are
But I think some of those attitudes are going to be changing though, like with the um, like you see a lot more young people taking up crochet. Certainly, there's a big community of crocheters on TikTok, and like the age profile is early to
yeah,
mid
but
20s.
I think the difference is crocheters are more inclined. Well, let's say it this way: crocheters will be more open to changing colors themselves in a project. So to cut, put in a new color work, take 5 different balls of solid colors and make the color work yourself rather than knitters who because the yarn can make the pattern on its own and you just do the knit stitch. So I feel like less yarns are being designed with crochet in mind because of that. You see
yes.
all those young people on TikTok like you said, but what most of them are doing in terms of color work they do themselves. Like they don't take the yarn and work it and it makes this amazing pattern.
It's true.
So I think that is the reason why like not a
But
lot
that,
of yarns are being designed with crochet in mind because of that.
again, like that's just a current trend, and the trends can change at the drop of a hat. So like, so all someone needs to do is use like a really color changing yarn, and the next thing you know, it's a trend. So yeah,
Yeah.
they'll, they'll hop on whatever trend makes them the most money at the time. So
Um,
Yeah.
the fact that crochet is gaining a lot of popularity,
Hey, Dave.
I am hoping that companies will consider crocheters more. But I agree with Reggie. Usually, they are taking knitters more into account. Also, knitters tend to spend more money on yarn than crocheters do.
Yes. I also
It's
feel like, I mean, the most we got in terms of yarn design uh, is plant pooling. And I see for like now in the world of knitting, assigned pulling is really taking off, and more yarns are designed with assigned pulling in mind. And for some reason, in the crochet community, it doesn't take. Like people don't do assigned pulling, and
I
I
think
wish
we're
they
too
did
early.
because that would give you like, hmm? What did you say?
We're too early with our assigned
Yeah, I think
crochet.
like that trend has not is it's ahead of its it's ahead of its
We're,
time in the crochet world, and because it didn't take off, or I don't know if it would, so I don't know if it didn't take off yet, or it's not gonna take off at all. But if crocheters would do more assigned pulling, then more yarns that are designed to knit would work with crochet for that.
ah,
Um,
sorry.
but
Can,
we have plant pooling, so so that's something.
That's just a headache.
Can
We can make diamonds.
Argyle for the win?
Hey,
Yeah.
Debbie.
Hey, Debbie.
Can we revisit the idea that knitters spend more in yarn than crocheters? Because if
Yeah.
that's the
Tend
case, I need to
to.
get a second job.
What?
They tend to spend more
They
yarn.
tend to.
Spend more.
Um, and um, also you need a lot less yarn for knitting than you do for crochet. If you want to crochet a sweater, you need more yarn than you do for a knitted sweater.
That's true.
Okay, so they use less yarn, but they buy more.
No, they
No, they
buy
buy
more
more
They buy
expensive.
expensive
higher
yarn
quality.
because they need less.
Yeah, they need less and they buy more
Expensive yarn.
expensive. So they would spend like they would buy four hanks, but they would buy each of them for 30 something dollars.
I
But
love how
we
both
would
of you knit, and you're saying they.
I yeah. We're
I mean, there is a point
well,
to read
about a
like
okay.
generalized
To
group here, and it's
Okay, back paddle. Feel free.
I
Go ahead.
also no, I also think
crochet
Catherine
with
and I
expensive
like
yarns.
yeah, I was about to say I think Catherine and I specifically spend a lot of like we buy a lot of expensive yarn for crochet as well. So, I mean,
like
Another thing is, I don't think that in knitting you're gonna easily make small, fast projects like you do with crochet.
yeah.
yeah,
And
and like and it
Also,
just
I
sorry.
never, ever, ever again in my life knit a blanket. Never, ever again. It took me
That sounds
years.
like a nightmare.
It took me years, and I still haven't weaved in the ends.
I was thinking scarves, a hat, maybe some mittens.
A sweater, even, but no blankets. No.
Yeah, Chris is saying that he's moved away from acrylic, but he also does less projects. I think knitting takes a lot longer. So to put in the effort for a lesser quality. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Which doesn't mean that acrylic is lesser quality. You can have really nice quality acrylics as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're gonna work on a project for years, it would be silly to use Dollar Tree acrylic stretchy yarns.
Yeah, but to go on the back on the subject that we were before on sock yarns. So there are like when you say sock yarn, you a lot of times you talk about those design yarns that when you knit the sock with them, they will make it the pattern. So you don't have to do anything special, just knit up the sock and the sock will have a design on it. So I
Yeah.
that's also a part of it. I mean, I love crocheting socks, but I think in the world of crochet, socks is not a very popular project. So like a part of that is like they have a whole we knitters have a whole um there's a whole group of people who are knitters and specifically knit socks. That's what
True.
that's their favorite project to knit. So when there's such a huge group of people who like to knit socks, that sort of like builds up a need within the yarn companies, which is why they put so much money into designing specifically sock yarn for people to make socks.
If you
Um,
see Schachenmeyer, the collection of
yeah,
Schachenmeyer, the sock yarns is crazy.
yeah. Or Opal. Opal is a company
I love Opal.
specifically like designed to make sock yarns, and they come out with a new line of sock designs every season, and it's specifically socks, and they come up with all the special techniques of how to make you have a perfect pair out of the same 100-gram ball. And they have their quarterly club that you can get. So it's sort of like a yarn club, but you get it once in every um, 3 months, and it has 6 balls of yarn that you only get if you're subscribed to their box. And so it's like a unique special edition sock yarn that nobody else has. It's like they have a whole demography of
How
people who,
exclusive.
knit
You
socks.
can I say something about the perfect sock yarns?
Yeah.
So I found that idea amazing, and I wanted to make them, and so I went and got a ball of perfect socks. So for people who don't know it's a yarn that is designed so specifically. It has a pattern that appears when you're knitting, and there's a large yellow part that tells you when to start and when to stop knitting, and it's designed in a way that you have two perfectly matching socks with the same pattern. And I thought, hey, that's cool, so I got it, and I haven't made it yet because I realized that what I'm gonna make is just a pair of socks that millions of people have knitted already, and it's so not gonna be special. I might as well have bought a pair of socks in the store. Now I'm gonna have a pair of socks that millions of people are wearing, and I'm gonna have to make them myself.
Yes.
It's like the IKEA painting of socks.
Yes.
You literally just paid a whole lot of money to make something so you look like everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, but only after I bought it that I realized that.
But let's be real. There's a lot of stuff we make that, if we really sit down and look at it, we could have bought it so much cheaper. But no, we decided to buy the materials and use the time to do it ourselves.
There's did you see the comedian? There's an American comedian who did a sketch about that, about the my wife is a crafter or something like that, or being a husband of a crafting wife that tells him
Yes.
let's go to the craft store.
Yes, I've seen that one.
That's hilarious.
There's
That
also
had me laughing so far.
Which one of you posted the meme the other day about the husband being in the yarn store with the wife?
That was me.
That one.
Or was it you? Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's
Hi,
also
Francie.
lovely.
We will spend $50 in supplies to make a $20 sweater.
Yes. Well, you don't have to buy it to get it cheaper, that's for sure. To make it to get it cheaper, that's for sure. Next time I have to remember that I have to put my camera on the other side of the chat. I'm sorry.
Chris is saying,
put my fingers in front.
Chris is saying that now that he's spending more yarn on his more money on his project, he has more respect and tries to take better care of them. Hi, Francie.
That's also true. Yes, Francie. That's true, but mixed fibers are harder to recycle. That's a fact.
Yeah. Well, any mixed fiber is harder to recycle than pure fiber. It doesn't matter if it's acrylic or anything else.
Hi, Nana Michelle. Welcome back. Not a fun store.
Aww.
They should ban all stores that are not fun stores. We would say starvation, but
every store should also sell yarn.
Like, that would be dangerous.
But you look so relaxed there. That's like, is that your version of smoking?
Yes.
Oh no, I didn't buy bread, but I got yarn.
Yeah.
I knew I forgot something.
You know that you go to the store just to get one thing, but you get back with a whole lot of thing and not the thing that you went for. So that would be like any time. If any store had yarn, that would be how. But on the other hand, think how comfortable it would be to buy yarn. That you wouldn't have to like specifically drive to a certain store. You could go to your bakery across the street. Yarn.
And
a Hank and Malibu with every dozen hot cross buns.
your yarn would smell so good.
Exactly, I was gonna say, and your yarn would smell like the bakery. That's the top best part.
Okay, if I had yarn that smelled like cinnamon all day, all the time, I would be in Nirvana.
All day, all the time.
They should come up with yarn in different smells. However, I mean, it would be a total waste of money because, of course, after you wash it the first time, the smell would go away. But it would be cool.
I don't know. Cinnamon oil is pervasive.
Yeah.
We were making candy one Christmas, and we were making cinnamon candy, and I spilled a bunch of cinnamon oil on my apron. That thing still smelled like cinnamon after like 4 or 5 washes.
Oh no! Wait.
Be careful because cinnamon oil is toxic. Yes, we would all be broke, Angela.
Yes.
We would also be hungry because if we'd keep forgetting to buy food.
Yes.
Chris, it might be recycled, not as yarn, but maybe in like building materials. Like, for instance, jeans that has stretch in it cannot be recycled for the cotton, but they will shred it and use it as insulation in walls.
I did not know that. That is.
See the perks of being at a museum that's all about textile.
Yeah.
Yep.
Debbie, I will probably mostly shop online when I'm there.
Actually.
That's a good one.
And I think we're back at our yarn cocktail bar. Our yarn store cocktail bar idea.
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go because it's dinner time. And
yes, I was gonna suggest that we round up because I have to go make dinner as well.
Well, we have been on for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Exactly. So, I will be on my channel on Wednesday for my cocktails and crafts. I still have to.
Yay!
Yay! I still have to make the post. Next week we will be at Reggie's with a everything wrong with, and it will be about non-yarn crochet accessories.
Not crochet accessories that are not hooks. So anything but crochet hooks, which we spoke about last time.
Exactly. And Mocha will be on Wednesday as usual, and Alice can be found on TikTok.
You'll see me the next time I can come up on a panel.
Yay!
And she's not making an ass of myself.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, thank you all for coming. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, do it on the way out. Thank you very much. And it was fun to have you all on my channel.
Thank you for having
me.
My first StreamYard experience, I think it went okay.
You did very well. Congratulations.
You did wonderfully. Cheers.
Thank you, YouTube. Okay. Bye, girls, as well.
See ya.
And bye-bye.
Bye.